So the pharmaceutical industry has this huge digital dilemma. They've got massive ambitions to innovate, to use AI to move faster than ever before. But they're hitting a wall. And the problem? It all comes down to people. A massive shortage of the right talent to actually make it all happen. So today, we're going to dive into why this human capital crisis is stalling the future of medicine.
You know, this quote just says it all, doesn't it? Digital ambition without the right people is like having a Formula One car with no driver. It looks great, but it's not going anywhere. It just stalls right there at the starting line. And that's the core conflict the entire pharmaceutical industry is wrestling with right now.
And if you want to understand the sheer scale of the problem, look at this number, 180 days. That's 6 months. That's how long critical digital jobs in pharma often stay vacant. I mean, can you imagine trying to drive innovation when a key player on your team is just missing for half the year? Any progress just grinds to a halt.
And look, this isn't just a one-off problem at a couple of companies. The data confirms it's systemic. This chart shows that 47%, nearly half, of pharma companies are reporting critical skill gaps in key digital areas. That means almost half the industry feels like they're flying blind in crucial fields like data analytics and cybersecurity. It's a massive vulnerability.
So the big question is, why? Why is this happening? And the answer, well, it's not simple. It's not just one thing. It's actually this complex web of 7 interconnected challenges that pharma companies have got to face head-on. Understanding these is really the first step toward finding a real solution.
So here they are, the 7 domains that really define this whole battleground. You see the obvious ones, right? Digital workforce planning, talent attraction, yeah, that makes sense. But it goes so much deeper. Look at culture, change management, and leadership. You can hire the best data scientist in the world, but if your company culture fights change, the transformation is dead on arrival. Or how about hybrid work infrastructure? In today's market, you just can't get top talent if you're not flexible. So tackling all 7 of these is the absolute foundation of the playbook.
All right, so we've diagnosed the problem. Now for the good part, the cure. Let's get into the transformation playbook that breaks down how to tackle these challenges and, move from just talking about the problem to taking real, concrete action.
First up, and this is the big one, attracting digital talent. You got to remember, pharma isn't just up against other drug companies anymore. No way. They're in a bidding war with tech giants, with scrappy biotech startups. Basically, everyone is fighting for the exact same data scientists and AI specialists.
So the playbook solution is framed around this really powerful idea: people, process, technology. To attract talent, you need the right people, like specialized recruiters who actually speak the language of tech. You need a streamlined process, from how you source candidates to how you onboard them. And you absolutely need the right technology, like AI platforms that can find amazing candidates that nobody else can see.
So how do you actually do this? The action plan is pretty clear. Step 1, create a talent win room. I love that name. It's like a command center for recruitment. Step 2, build an employer brand that screams cutting-edge innovation, not stuffy old pharma. And step 3, use AI and data to make hiring smarter and faster, and slash that 180-day wait time.
Okay, but hiring new people, that's only half the story. What about the thousands of brilliant scientists and employees you already have on your team? Well, that brings us to the second huge pillar, upskilling and reskilling your current workforce for this new digital age.
And guess what? We're applying that same people, process, technology framework right here. You need the right people, like learning specialists and internal mentors who can guide their colleagues. You need a process that offers structured, continuous learning, and you leverage technology, not just standard online courses, but really cool stuff like virtual reality labs for some serious hands-on training.
The game plan here is a classic design, pilot, scale approach. You start by designing these modern, modular learning programs. Then you pilot them with small, mentor-led groups to work out all the kinks. And only then, once you know a program actually works, do you scale it across the entire organization, using official certifications to prove these new skills are legit.
Now, I know what you might be thinking. All of this, new recruiters, fancy AI tools, VR labs, it sounds ambitious. And let's be honest, it sounds expensive. So let's get right to it. The bottom line. Let's talk about the cost of this transformation, and more importantly, the return on that investment.
Yeah, the investment is significant. We're talking about a comprehensive program covering all 7 of those challenges we saw, costing anywhere between $11 and $22 million.
That is a serious commitment, no doubt about it.
But here's the crucial part. What do you get for all that money? Is it actually worth it? This is where the business case becomes incredibly compelling, because the payoffs aren't just some vague promises on a slide. They are designed to be substantial and, really importantly, measurable.
Just take a look at these payoff areas. We're talking a 40% faster hiring time for those critical roles, a 60% faster adoption of new technologies across the entire company. And what does that mean in the real world? It translates directly into a 40% reduction in project timelines. This is exactly how that investment pays for itself, and then some, by making the entire innovation engine faster and way more efficient.
So, when you pull it all together, you start to see that this isn't just some HR project. This isn't just about filling jobs. No, this is a core strategic mission. It's literally about building the workforce of the future from the ground up.
Because at the end of the day, that is the ultimate mission, right? The real goal here is to build a workforce that's agile enough, resilient enough, to discover and deliver the next generation of life-changing medicines at digital speed. The right people, empowered by the right technology, that's what gets a new therapy to a patient who needs it.
And that brings us to the final, and maybe the most important question. In an industry that is being totally reshaped by data and AI, the question isn't really whether a pharmaceutical company can afford to make this transformation. The real question is, can it possibly afford not to?